All right. Good morning, folks. Welcome. Chaim Bracha. Continuing with our mimer. So, and it was the life of Sarah. 100-year, 20-year, 7 years. This is the years of the life of Sarah. So 100 is 10 times 10. That refers to all encompassing is 10 is whole number times 10 refers to the crown Kesser that's encompassing all, which is a person's will. 20 is the two parts of the intelligence that are like two friends that can't be separated from each other. Chachma and Bina, wisdom and understanding, as we've explained. And they're coupled each with 10, so they become also a unified form. And that's why it's in the singular. And then we have the 7 emotions, that the emotions are each one, unique, each one separate. I don't know, separate. Yeah, I guess it's way separate because of the uniqueness of each. And that's why it's in plural form. 7 years. And then it says, this is the years of the life of sorrow, which is repetition. We need to understand why. So, some questions. So we're saying that this is the end of it, this is the life of Sarah that is even greater and more powerful part of our soul. Right? This is all a reflection of our soul, right? Soul is made up of pleasure and will, that's encompassing, intelligence and emotions. And that's what we have here in all of this, right? Then there's something greater. That's the life, right? That is concluding the verse. And since it's concluding the verse, it's something greater. So we need to understand, because says the Rebbe in his Hasidic discourse, the Mimer, that this is something even greater element of the soul. What is it? And in what way is it greater when the simple meaning is, as Rashi says on those words, because it's redundant on the simple level, right? We're learning on a mystical level, but on a simple level, it's also redundant, right? The verse begins, this is the life of Sarah, right? Right? 100-year, 20-year, 7 years. This is the life of Sarah. So on a simple level, Rashi explains that all of them were equal in goodness. So first of all, it seems to be another equalizer, but it's an equalizer of the years themselves. So, here saying that it's something greater, didn't define what that greater is yet, but it seems just to be an equalizer of those years, that they're all good. Furthermore, Rashi explains because also on a simple level, you would say a person is 127 years old. Right? Their life is 127 years. Here, it's 100 year, 27, right? So Rashi explains because 100 is like 20 and 20 is like 7, which sounds like 100 is 20 without sin, 20 is like 7 in beauty and pureness. So it sounds like 7 is greater than the 20 and the 20 is greater than the 100. And we're explaining that in the soul, right? Not life experience or life lived, but in the soul, it's 100 is greater. All right, let's leave those questions and go into the explanation. Try to get a deeper understanding. So, explained is as follows. The 100, as we quoted, that's original quote from the Zohar, right? That's why it's pretty mystical. So the idea of 100 being whole, complete, and it all encompassing, right? Which, like the crown, encompasses the person, just like the will of a person encompasses them, right? What that means, what does it mean your will encompasses you? It means in any part, you could lose a feeling towards something, but if you have the will to do it, you'll do it. You could lose an appreciation for something, but if you have the will to do it, you'll do it. No, especially strong-willed, right? So will is all-encompassing because it's always going to be there, right? In anything, like right now, if you have a warm feeling for learning Tanya, I'm learning Chassidus now, but you're just not interested, right? First of all, the warm feeling will melt away, and right, because will is all-encompassing. But it's the other way around. Let's say you don't have a warm feeling. You have a strong will. For whatever reason. You don't have a warm feeling right now to learn Chassidus. But you have the will to do it. You have the will. Guess what? Your will prevail. Because your will is all-encompassing. Intelligence and emotions are not. They're integrated. They're processed in this. In any case. So it's interesting that, and we've learned this idea before, 100, the Talmud speaks about 100 and says that a person has to make 100 blessings a day. As our sages learn now, what does God want from Israel, from the Jew? What? What does he want? Will? What's his will? And as our sages say, that we should make 100 blessings a day. Right? Because it says, don't read it, what does he want? Rather than 100 is what he wants. 100 blessings a day. Right. What does this mean? So as we said, 100 is all inclusive. It's included of the intelligence of the soul and inclusive of the emotions of the soul. And that's expressed here in 100 blessings. What does that mean? So, we need to understand what a blessing is. To make a blessing, I already made my blessing on my coffee. L'chaim, l'chaim, bracha. Blessing in Hebrew is bracha. And we start off the blessing with Baruch, blessed. The word Baruch, blessed, comes from the word to draw down the vine. Hamavrich es hagefen. We learned that in Maimonides, Rambam. Because what is a blessing? A blessing means that there's something above in the spiritual realm, and we want to draw it down into this physical world. That it shouldn't just remain in the spiritual realm, but it should be brought down into this world. What is it you want to bring down into this world? What do you want to bring down? Baruch, blessed. Draw down. Draw down from Ata. I'm going to go through a blessing here. Ata means you. When you say you, what do you mean by you? Well, you means everything about you, right? You is a nondescript. We don't say, you the wonderful one, because maybe that would only include then the wonderful things about you. You the intelligent one, that would be the intelligent, right? It will only include that. You means everything about you. So what am I drawing? What am I bringing down from the divine? Everything of God. Right? All inclusive. Right? Then we continue. Baruch Ata Hashem. Then we say the name of God. Tetragrammaton. In other words, the name Ata is not a name of God. It's you. It's beyond the name. It's you, the core essence, beyond, transcendent of anything and everything. Right? But we're drawing down. So we're taking from there and then bringing it further down. Where are we going further? Havaya, Tetragrammaton. Right? The Yud and a Hey and a Vav and a Hey. That is the name of God's transcendence. It's not the core essence, it's transcendent. When you're transcendent of something, it means relative to that which you're transcendent of. Right. Like faith. Faith is something transcendent. Right? In other words, it's not something integrated in of itself. Faith is something that's beyond us. That's what it means to have faith. Right? That, for example, something negative happens and you have faith that it's all good. That's all good, right? Your experience was a painful experience. Faith means, okay, so that's the transcendence of shame, Havaya, right? So we're drawing down from Ata, then, right, in the divine order above, into Havaya, then into the transcendence of that which is, that we have faith. So from the core essence of God to bring us, to strengthen our faith, that it should be, revealed, and then it's brought down into Elokeinu, our God, which also is in plural form, which is the way God is in the minutia. And the minutia of me means in my individual powers, my individual strengths, right? My intelligence, my emotions. In other words, we're drawing down godliness from the core essence of God Avata, then bringing it down further into Avaya, the transcendence. That is in my soul would be the faith, and then we bring it in to Elokeinu, which is Kechenu v'chayasenu, my strength, my internalized world, which is my inner strength. That what becomes my inner strength? That the faith that I have becomes internalized and a part of me. In other words, that which is greater than me, that which is beyond my experience and right, which experiences in the mind and in the heart, becomes a part of me. It's revealed in me. It becomes a reality within me. It's not something just beyond me. And through that, then you bring down further, you draw then, Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu, right? This is the blessing. I'm giving you the words of a blessing. Melech Haolam, King of the universe. In other words, that light of God now you're bringing down into this world and into my, consciousness, my awareness, the revelation of God being King. In other words, God's presence in this world, in my life. This is the idea of a blessing. And that's why blessings are also connected with physical things of this world. Right? You don't make you make blessing, right? Yeah, over physical coffee, not the idea of coffee, right? Over an apple, over mitzvahs that you do that are physical, right? Gonna put on tzitzis, put on tefillin, make a blessing, because you want to draw down the light of God, the energy of God, the vitality of God, to connect it into the physical material world of our material world. Okay. I hope you got that, because that's really a phenomenal thing to be able to appreciate what the words of a blessing are. It's a beautiful, powerful idea. And we're going to continue the thought. All right. Thank you, folks. See you soon. A reminder, we're in our campaign, and some of you have a team. Please reach out to others. Others, thank you, all those that have already helped out, and appreciate immensely. Those who didn't get a chance yet, please do.